It's just one of those days. I mean, this is a look. Hey word nerds, it is Wednesday, October 30th. Tomorrow is Halloween, but today is Wordplay Wednesday here on WordNerds. I'm going to be talking about some small grammar problems that I used to always have when I was writing and some really easy ways to remember the correct grammar solution to this and how to fix your writing habits. You are getting grammar lessons from a cat. So, let that sink in. The one thing a lot of people get confused about is when to use who versus when to use whom. Now, there's a really easy way to remember this, and I never learned it until, last year maybe? Second or third year in college. And I cannot believe that teachers didn't teach this earlier. Whom is for him, who is for his/he. The next thing people get really confused about is when to use gray with an E versus gray with an A. Now technically both of them are fine, you can use either of them as long as you don't keep changing them every other paragraph or every other chapter and it gets confusing. But the way to remember which one's which is gray with an E is for England and gray with an A is for America. That's literally the only difference. I took journalism my first couple years of college, and I was also in journalism in high school, and I learned a lot of the AP style guidelines. Now some of them carried over, like there is no towards with an S, it is only toward, T-O-W-A-R-D. There's also no all write one word, A-L-R-I-G-H-T. It is technically two words, A-L-L space R-I-G-H-T. The one-word variation of all right has kind of become an accepted spelling mistake and kind of worked into our writing habits, but the correct way is two words. Some things that didn't carry over from the AP style, though, is the Oxford comma. A lot of the times in journalistic writing or academic papers, there is no Oxford comma. So when making a list of three things, like the cat, the dog, and the pumpkin, it is the cat, comma, the dog, and the pumpkin, no second comma. The Oxford comma is still used in a lot of literature though, especially fiction and young adult. So in a list like that, you do use the Oxford comma. It is the cat, comma, the dog, comma, and the pumpkin. Those are just a few grammar tips that I have that I always notice in my writing. I'll have to go back and change all the towards to toward and make sure that I have my Oxford commas everywhere. But let me leave you with these parting words about grammar. When you're writing your first draft, don't stress about it. Unless you are one of those writers who can't move forward without going back first, it's really prudent to keep writing and ignore your mistakes. You want to write while you can, and then you go back and spend a lot of time editing it and revising your chapters and making sure the grammar all lines up and you have all of your missing commas and everything. A lot of the times when you're writing, if you stop and stress about your grammar, it's going to be really difficult to get that first draft out and into the world. So my advice is to keep writing your first draft all the way through before you go back and edit it. Otherwise, you might get stuck and worry more about the grammar than its actual content. That's all for today on Wordplay Wednesday. I will see you guys next Tuesday, and I hope you guys have a very happy Halloween tomorrow. I know I will. I'll be Buzz Lightyear, and my sister's going to dress up as Woody from Toy Story, and I'm going to eat so much candy that I very well might die. So maybe I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye!